Hey, what's going on, dudes? Dizzy here, and welcome to kind of a different video that I wanted to do. And I've seen people kind of doing it all over YouTube, and I've decided, hey, why not try it myself? So, what this is it's kind of where you pick your favorite Pokemon throughout every generation. So, here you can see Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and like so on. And then just pretty much pick your favorite Pokemon, and so I wanted to try it. I mean, I'm somewhat of a fan of Pokemon. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan, but I'm a fan of it. I play the games, and I kind of like the style of it. But for those of you who actually watch the videos because you watched the Subnautica series, which I started last week, don't be worried. I'll have a video come out this week as well, so you don't have to be angry or anything. Uh, yeah, so let's go ahead and get on, and let's see. It also shows the typing. So you have normal type, fire type, all the typings. You have the gimmick forms, the legends, all those. So I'm gonna start off with you have the normal versions here. Gen 1 normal. Of course, you gotta go with Snorlax. There's just nothing that beats it. I mean, it's just a tanky Pokemon that can learn pretty good moves. I mean, given I've played Gen 1, so I've used Snorlax in my team there. I just you can't pick a different Pokemon for that for a normal type. He's just the best. Fire type for this. I'm gonna go with Arcanine on this, just because I can't really say I'm the biggest Charizard supporter. I just think it's overused. You see it throughout like every generation. It's annoying. I'm sick of kind of seeing them. Um, Water type. For water type for Gen 1, I mean, still, I don't really like Blastoise. I just never really use them. For these, I'm kind of I love Gyarados. I use him all the time. He's just you can use him in so many different things. I've also used Kabutops. I don't know how you want to say it. I use him a lot more, or I haven't used. I used him in Gen 1, but Gyarados I just use throughout all the generations. He's just he you can use him in any team. You can fit him in any team. Now grass type, uh, I gotta go Venusaur. He was the in Gen 1. He's the starter I choose. I mean, I do really like Victory Bell, but Venusaur's the one I choose specifically for the grass type. Electric. The problem with Gen 1 is they don't really have a lot of expansive electric types. I mean, that could be said a lot for Gen 1, but there's just not a lot to choose from. I guess in later ones, I use Electabuzz, so of course I'm going to go with Electabuzz on this. Later on, I use him for his Electivire, so I'm going to go with Electabuzz. I mean, there's not a lot of electric types there. Now, Ice type, I'm going to go with... It's really between Lapras and Articuno. Like, Articuno, it's better because it's flying type, but Lapras is really tanky. I think I think I'm gonna go specifically for Ice type. I'll probably go Articuno just for its Ice type. Like if I really think of the Ice typing, and I'm gonna use this Pokemon for it, I'd go with Articuno with it. I mean, I love Lapras, but he's tanky. It's just I wouldn't use him for the Ice typing. Fighting type, I'm a Hitmonlee. I like Hitmonlee. I don't know why. He looks like a thumb. I just like Hitmonlee. For poison type. Hmm. Uh, for poison type, I just like Gengar as it. I mean, Gengar is just one of those Pokemon where I genuinely like Gengar. There's just different styles you can use with him. Ground type, for ground type, I'd probably go with Golem. I don't know why. I like Golem. It's just one of those things. I just like the style of him. Flying type. I mean, you gotta go with kind of the basic one. It's gonna be Pidgeot. I don't know why. It's just one of those. If you play any Pokemon game, there's always that basic normal flying type. Pidgeot's just that, so of course you gotta pick him. Psychic type, of course, Alakazam. He's just too good in Gen 1. Like, it's OP. Bug type, uh, I mean, out of all the bug types, Scyther is just probably the best one. I mean, of course, Caterpie and all them, they're just not good. I just don't like them. Rock type, of course, I'm gonna go Kabuto. I don't know why. Or I know why. When I played Gen 1, he's the rock water type I used. He was the fossil I used. I mean, the only reason he didn't win water was because, I don't know, when it comes to Gyarados is just too useful throughout all the games. Like, normally, in any team I make, Gyarados is probably the #1 choice for water I'm gonna pick, you know? And of course, Ghost, you don't really have a choice, so we'll just pick Gengar again. I mean, Poison type is not great in this one just because it's more of a status. It's not really an attacker, but Gengar just wins it. We gotta choose. Of course, there's only one Dragon type, and it's Dragonite. I mean, there's not really much to say about it. Dark types, there were no Dark types, so we'll just choose this cute little... Nah, we're gonna go with the Kabuto thing. Steel type, one Steel type, Magnezone, or Magnemite, sorry. No. What is it? Why can't I not think of the name? The Magnemite thing. You just go with it. I'm not a big fan that they have a Fairy type in this one because Fairy wasn't added till what, Gen 6? But out of these three, what do I want to go with? It's really between Clefable and Mr. Mime. I think I'm just gonna go with this is actually a tough one because, I mean, Clefable. I don't know why. Clefable was normal in this one, but Clefable was just a tankier Pokemon, you know? So, of course, starter. I'm going to pick the first, for the starters throughout all of them, I'm going to choose, like, just the initial one. So, like, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, I'm going to choose Bulbasaur, but it's the first evolution of it. Gimmick form, out of all these, the Snorlax one is just cool. I just like the Snorlax one. Legendary. It's, of course, it's between, for Legendary one, I mean, I like Articuno, but I want to pick him twice. He's just a better Ice type. Probably go Mewtwo. Mewtwo's just cool. I mean, it's just a cool Pokemon. But, favorite out of these? I mean, it's really between Snorlax, Gengar, and Kabuto. Like, those are the three that I think of, and I'm probably gonna go with Snorlax. I just love the tankier Pokemon. I normally use a tankier Pokemon in anything. Alright, on to Gen 2. Here, for our normal types, Ursaring. Like I said, I like the tankier Pokemon, so of course I'm gonna go Ursaring. Fire types. I mean, when I played Gen 2, I think it was. Or at least, no, I never played Gen 2. I never could get my hands on a version of it. So, but I like Cyndaquil out of all these. He's probably the one I'm most likely going to use. And I really don't want to... I don't know why. I'm not a big Ho-Oh type person, or Entei. I don't really care for that. Water type, Kingdra. You can't go wrong with Kingdra. Kingdra's just so good. Grass type. There's not really a lot of grass types that are good. What's the name of this one? Why can I not remember the name of this one? Hold on, let me look it up real quick. I have an app that I use that lets me build teams, or what I use to build teams. Oh, Meganium. I guess Meganium, I mean, there's not a lot of good grass types. I mean, there's Celebi, but I don't really use legendaries at all, and I'll save, like, the legendary Pokemon for the legendary thing, I guess, but... No, I guess I did that for Articuno, so... But, anyway, I would pick Meganium. I guess he's good. Out of all these... What is it? Ampharos? Isn't that the name of it? And let me double check. Ampharos, Ampharos. He's just good. Good special attacker. I like also the design. This one, I like Sneasel. I do. He's a fast ice dark type. So, not a lot of fighting types, but I've used Heracross and I enjoy using him. Poison type, I love me Crobat. Crobat, I just love him. I love the fact that he's fast. I mean, he's not really that great, but given he's a fast Pokemon and you can also use him against fairy types, he's just good for against fairy types, and that's why I like him. You know, it's a cool design as well. Ground types, Gligar. I like Gligar, honestly. I mean, I've never truly used Gligar or Gliscor, but I like the design of Gligar. It's an interesting design. Flying type. Just, I guess in the aspect of being different, I'd pick a different flying type, and flying type I'd choose, I guess. I pretty much picked the two better flying types. Like, the only two flying types I'd use are Crobat and that, but I'm going to go with Crobat again on flying type. He's just what I enjoy. I mean, I know it's stupid, like, oh, why would you pick two Pokemon? It's just what I like. I just like the... I love Crobat. Psychic types. Of course, there's all the unknowns for Psychic type, but, I guess if I were to choose... Oh, no, that's... Where's Psychic type at? There it is. I'm not very good with the names on these earlier Pokemon, but Espeon. Of course, Espeon for this one. You gotta just choose Espeon. It's the really only good Psychic type that isn't a legendary. I mean, I guess... I'm not good with the names. I guess Slowking's pretty cool. I think he's cool and all that, but Espeon's just better. Alright, Bug type. Of course, you gotta go... Wait, oh, that's right. Okay, Heracross is from there. Scizor. Steel, Bug type. Love him. Just love the design. Rock type. Tyranitar. I enjoy using Tyranitar. He's a kind of a tank. I mean, he's weak to virtually everything. But I like his design. He's kind of like Godzilla. I've just used him. Mischievous is the only... Isn't that the name, Mischievous? Or is that the next evolution? Yeah, Mischievous. Okay, Dragon type. Kingdra again, I guess. The only Dragon type there. That's the problem with these earlier ones. They don't really have a lot of diversity. Dark types. Of course. I'm never good with the names. Umbreon. Gotta go with Umbreon. It's been a while since I've played Pokemon, so I'm just not up to date on all the names. I'm good with some of them, but not all of them. Steel types. I mean, I think it's cool. Steelix is. I think he's cool. You know, given he is a... I mean, isn't he Steel Ground? I'm pretty sure he's Steel Ground. His defense is high. I mean, he's not really good for anything else, just high defense. But just in the aspect of being different, we'll go Steelix, because Scizor won out Bug type. And I want to kind of be a little different. I don't want to always have the same thing. Fairy type. I guess we'll go with Togepi. Togepi is really annoying to level up with the happiness. And then later on, Togetic and all that shit. Alright, starter type for this one. Gotta go Cyndaquil. I like Cyndaquil for this one. I mean, I do like Totodile. Totodile is just cool for Alligator. Turns out really good. I would never really choose Meganium over any of them, but I just like Cyndaquil better. Mega Evolutions. Gotta go with the Tyranitar. He's just cooler. I just like Tyranitar. Legends. I like Lugia. I truly enjoy Lugia, and I would choose Lugia over Ho-Oh. And out of the favorites, now this one is kind of tough because I'd choose either Crobat or Tyranitar. So, but, I mean, I don't know, because, I mean, this is kind of a tougher one. I'd guess I'd go with Crobat, just for the aspect that Tyranitar has so many weaknesses. It's just, I don't know. I'd choose Crobat in a party. I mean, I've used Tyranitar a lot, and I enjoy using him, but the weaknesses do kind of get on my nerves, so of course, I'm going to go Crobat. Alright, Gen 3. Let's do it. Alright, Gen 3, Slowking, or Slacking. Of course, he's another tank, and he hits like a freaking truck, so you gotta go Slacking. Fire type. I'm a big supporter of Blaziken. I enjoy Blaziken. I mean, normally he's not the starter I'd use, but we'll see later what the starter is. Water type. For the water type, I don't know. I like Walrein. I like Walrein as my, as the water type. I mean, I don't know why. I just like Walrein. I like seals, so that's why. I like seals. So, of course, I'm going to choose Walrein. Grass type. I mean, Sceptile's good. I like Sceptile. Ludicolo is cool. I'd probably rather use Ludicolo. I mean, I think Sceptile's awesome, but I just never really use him. He just never really fits into a party that I make. I guess we don't really have one, so I guess Manectric. Isn't that the name of it? Let me double check. Manectric, I believe. Yeah, Manectric. I was right. Okay, cool. So, yeah, Manectric. Ice type. I mean, just to be different, I do like Walrein the most. Maybe I'll change something. Maybe I'll go Walrein for the ice type and then go... Of course, you gotta go with Mudkip, and then eventually... Why can I'm not good with the names. I don't know why. Swampert. I love Swampert. Swampert, I just love water ground types. But in the aspect of being different, I'll switch Swampert in for the water and then have Walrein as ice. Because there's not really a lot of other ice types. I mean, Glalie cool. I do like the design of Glalie, but he sucks. He's literally 50 on everything, so he sucks. Alright, fighting type. Metacham's cool. You know, the psychic fighting type is a kind of cool, interesting thing. I guess Brelim's pretty good. Well, I wouldn't say pretty good, but he's decent. Blaziken's really good. I guess I'll go Blaziken for fighting type. There's not really other fighting types that I'll use for this. Poison type. This is where Rosalia comes in. I like Rosalia. I'd use Rosalia over anything else, honestly. Alright, ground type. I guess ground type, I'd go with Flagon. Flagon's just a cool dragon ground type Pokemon. Not my favorite dragon ground type, but, you know, better than most. Flying type. Ooh, this is a tough one. I'd probably go Altaria for flying type. I mean, Ninjask is cool. I do like Ninjask. But I'm going to go with Altaria on the flying type. Psychic type. Of course, I'm going to give this one to Gardevoir. I've used Gardevoir, and it's just a really good psychic type Pokemon. Bug type. I like Shedinja for this one. I like its unique ability, where you have to hit it with a super effective move for it to be useful. Next, for a rock type, there's not really a lot of... I guess Aggron. Aggron's a good rock type. He's probably the cooler out of all the rock type Pokemon, so... I guess Lileep is also pretty cool. But I'd choose Aggron, honestly. Ghost type. Dusclops. I like... Isn't that... Yeah, Dusclops. That's Dusclops. I like Dusclops. I just like his design. It's a cool ghost type Pokemon. Dragon type. Salamence. I'd go Salamence all day. He's one of my favorite pseudo-legendaries, if not favorite pseudo-legendary. Dark type. Sableye is interesting. Wait, no, is that Sableye that's good? I think it's Sableye, because Sableye is what? Ghost Dark? Yeah, Ghost Dark. So he doesn't really have any weaknesses, but I don't know why I like Absol better. I just like... He looks kind of like a dog, so I'd go as Absol. Steel type. Gotta go to Metagross. Metagross is just too OP with being psychic and steel. It's a crazy Pokemon, and it's also a cool ass design. Fairy type. I do like Mawile. As much as I love Gardevoir, and the aspect of being a little different, of course, I'm gonna go Mawile. So, Mawile, here we go. Starter, I always go Mudkip. I wouldn't say I always go Mudkip, but I like Mudkip. Like I said, the end where it turns into a ground water type, that typing is just too good. I mean, it's only weak to grass, so it's kind of a more defensive type. And gimmick form, um, I this one's a little tough. I mean, I don't really use the gimmick forms. I think it's weird, but of course, Rayquaza's gimmick form is just too cool. And of course, for the legend, I'd go again with. I mean, I love Deoxys. Deoxys has a cool. I just like the idea of it. It's a cool idea, being that it's like a DNA type Pokemon. But Rayquaza just wins it for that. And now onto the favorite of Gen 3. For this one, I mean, it's kind of tough because Gen 3, Gen 4, and Gen 5, I love those Pokemon. All those Pokemon are awesome. But when it comes to my favorites and the best that I mostly use, I mean, if I could fit one into any party, and I really gotta say this for what I used to help me for my first time when I was way younger and didn't really know Pokemon, I used Rayquaza. I used like a level 100 Rayquaza to beat a Pokemon game. I won't spoil it. I'll wait for when that comes up. But I gotta go Rayquaza for my favorite out of this one. I mean, it has so many cool Pokemon. I mean, Salamence, Metagross. All these Pokemon are so cool. This is where I thought Pokemon turned out really cool. Like, a lot of my favorite Pokemon come out of 3, 4, and 5, but when it comes to Rayquaza, I think it's just the coolest Pokemon. Alright, on to Gen 4. Probably my favorite generation. It's the one that this was my first Pokemon game, I believe was Pokemon Platinum, and it will continue to be my favorite Pokemon game throughout. Has a lot of diverse Pokemon. I mean, Diamond and Pearl was kind of lackluster given it didn't have any, like, fire types. It had, like, what, one? And wasn't it just, it was just Infernape. But, Infernape, sorry. I misspoke. Alright, but starting off with the normal type. When it comes to normal typing, I always go with the starter bird, with Staraptor. I mean, it's a really good physical attacker, and for some reason I always play with Staraptor. I just love Staraptor. Alright, fire typing. I mean, as much as I love Infernape, why can't I think of that name? What's the name? Let me think of it. Let me figure it out. Magmortar. I like Magmortar as a design. It's not quite the best of the original kind of Pokemon, but I guess Magmortar's okay. But Heatran is my favorite. I have a Pokemon card of it that I've had for a long time. And I have it's like a shiny, I don't know, I'm not really good with Pokemon cards, but it was like a shiny card and it had Heatran. Water typing. When it comes to water typing, I mean, as much as I like Empoleon with its steel typing doesn't really have anything good going for it. But Buizel being the speedy type, do I give it the win? Yeah, I think I'm going to give it the win. It's something that I could fit into my team, and that I had before I used Buizel. Grass type, it's not even a question. I love Torterra. I love Torterra. It's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Just because, I don't know why. It was before I played any Pokemon games, I had Pokemon cards, and I got a shiny Torterra X card. This was before all the other kind of Pokemon cards came out. It was way before that. But, yeah, Torterra is just it. I love Torterra. Electric type now. When it comes to this, I've used Luxray a lot. I'm not a big fan of Luxray. I don't know why, but Electivire for electric type. I love how Electivire looks. He just looks awesome, and I've used him, and he's cool. So, I'm going to go with Electivire. Ice types. Abomasnow is cool. It's bad. It's really bad. Weavile wins it because it's just too good. But Abomasnow is pretty cool. On to fighting types. To win this one, Gallade. Gallade's just so cool. I've used Gallade constantly. I'd have to say he's one of my favorite Pokemon. I won't when I say favorite Pokemon, I won't say there. I wouldn't say it's my number one. But from now on, I'll just say one of my favorite Pokemon, so it doesn't spoil the end for favorite type or favorite Pokemon. But yeah, Gallade, I love Gallade. The fighting style and how he can be a mixed attacker, it's just, or no, I wouldn't say mixed attacker, but he's just good. I just really like the design and everything. All right, poison type. Drapion. Drapion's too cool. He's awesome. He's really good. I've used him. I wouldn't say I've used him all the time, but I've used him before, and I like Drapion. Ground type for this. Ooh. I love the design of... Why I'm so bad with the names right now. Why can I not come up with the names? Rhyperior. Rhyperior is a cool design. So in order to be different, I'd go probably, when it comes to just ground typing, I'd go Rhyperior. He's just a cool design. I like the design of him, and to be different, I'm gonna use Rhyperior. Flying typing. Actually, no. You know what? I'd go Gliscor. Gliscor's cool. I love using the flying ground type. It's an interesting type. And he's good. He's really good. Alright, flying type. Why can I'm still not thinking of the name. Still can't think of the name. Honchkrow. I like Honchkrow. I do. I think he's a good Pokemon. So, and I also like the hat he has on. He's like a Redditor. That's what he looks like. Or a Discord mod. That's what he looks like. The hat. Alright, Psychic type. When it comes to Psychic type, to be different, normally I'd go with Gallade, but to be different, Bronzor. I like the design of it. It's cool. It can be really good if you use it correctly. So we'll go Bronzor. Or is it Bronzong? It's Bronzong. What am I talking about? Bronzor is the pre-evolution, right? Yeah, Bronzong is this type. Bug type. There's not really good bug types. I mean, Cricketone is cool and all, but Vespiquen is better. I like Vespiquen better. Rock type. Like I said before, I like Rhyperior. Ghost type. Ooh, Dusk Noir. I love the look of Dusk Noir. And in Platinum, Miss Magius, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right? Yeah, Miss Magius. I fucking hate that Pokemon. Hate it. When you fight it, it's just so overpowered. It's such a tough Pokemon to get through. But Dusk Noir is so much cooler. I wish I could have gotten it in Platinum. I played Platinum after they shut down the servers, so I wasn't able to get it, and I always wanted it. And I got to eventually play with it later, and I just love the design of Dusk Noir as well. Dragon type. Of course, you gotta go with Garchomp. There's nothing beats Garchomp. Like, honestly. It's such a good Pokemon. It's fast, it's strong, it's cool. It's like a hammerhead shark, so. Alright, Dark type. Out of all these, Darkrai. He's the coolest legendary of Gen 4. Or at least one of the... Probably the coolest, honestly. I wish I could have a Pokemon card of him. I don't. And I wish I could. I wish I could have used him, but I couldn't. And I'd love to have I'd love to use Darkrai. Alright, on to Steel type. Lucario for this one. The only reason I didn't choose him for fighting is because I like Gallade over that. But if I were to use another fighting type other than Gallade, I'd go with Lucario. I love the typing. It's stupid that he's weak to fighting type, but I guess that's just how it is with being a Steel type. But he's a cool Pokemon. He's a mixed attacker, and he's broken. So, of course, Lucario. Togetic. Isn't that... Yeah, that's Togetic. I love Togetic. Annoying to evolve, but probably the coolest Pokemon of that, because why would I go with Mime Jr.? It's stupid. Baby Pokemon are sometimes annoying. Favorite starter? Turtwig. Turtwig, clearly, because my favorite starter of all time is Turtwig. You know, I know I like the typing of Mudkip, but I just like the look of Turtwig. He's a little turtle. I love turtles. Alright, gimmick form. Obama Snow, or Yeah, Obama Snow. Or how I call him, or my friend calls him, Snowbama. And, kind of a cool thing to call him. All these, they're not as cool, but I do love Gallade, so I'm going to go with that one. Out of all the legendaries, it's really between Heatran, Darkrai, and Garatina. I mean, I'm going to go with Garatina because Pokemon Planet was the first one, and Garatina was the prime legendary in it. And I hate that they have Arceus because you couldn't catch Arceus. So it's dumb that they even have him. You couldn't catch him in that game. So I don't know why he's there. But for my favorite to come out of it, and one I use all the time is, I mean, as much as I love Torterra, and all these Pokemon are so good. I mean, not really Bronzong. Bronzong's kind of eh. Vespiquen's kind of eh. But of all these Pokemon, all of them are good. This is why I love Gen 4. All these Pokemon are so cool. But of course, I have to go with Gallade. It's just one I've used in most Pokemon games, and I mean, I wouldn't say he looks the coolest out of all of them, but he's the one I use all the time, so he has to go as my favorite for Gen 4. Alright, Gen 5 and Gen 5 normal types. Let's go. For these ones, I mean, I can't say I've ever played Gen 5, but I've known about him. But I think Stoutland's the coolest of them. I've had a lot of Pokemon cards. This is kind of the time period where I got a lot of Pokemon cards, but Stoutland is probably the coolest of the normal types. Alright, fire types. Volcarona. It's just so cool. I mean, it's a cool design. What is this one? I can't remember what this type is, or what this Pokemon's called. Everybody's probably shouting at me like, "Oh, how come you don't know the names? You say you're a Pokemon fan." Yeah, but I don't know all of them. Chandelure. Chandelure's cool. I like the Ghost Fire type. I'm kind of annoyed. I don't pick Tepig, the Tepig line, because it's another fire fighting type, and it's really annoying that they keep doing that. So Volcarona for fire type. All right, water type. Seismitoad. Of course. Why wouldn't I choose Seismitoad? I love the water ground type mixture. I like that it's normally tanky and is only weak to grass. Out of all of the grass types, oh, I didn't mean to click that. There's, I like Leavanny. I like the design of it. Ferrothorn's cool. I'd probably go Leavanny. I just like the design. It's not really anything else other than I kind of like the typing, and I like the design of Leavanny. All right, electric type. Galvantula, I do like Galvantula, but Electros, being that it has no weakness, because apparently it can float and isn't affected by ground type, which is the only thing that Steel's weak to. So, or Electric's weak to, so Electros for that. I also like the design. It looks like a lamprey, and it's cool. Alright, ice type for this one. There's not really any cool ice types that I'd say, oh, they're cool. But, Kyurem. Awesome. Kyurem looks the coolest out of all of them. So, of course, I'm going to go with Kyurem on that one. Alright, fighting type. For fighting type, I guess there's... Fighting type isn't the biggest one for this one. Let me look up what all the typings are and all that. Can't be right. Hold on. What are you? Oh, Conkeldurr. I like you. You look cool. I don't know why. He looks awesome. Poison types. I think it's like Scolipede. I like Scolipede. Garbodor's literally trash. No, well, he is trash, not literally trash. He is trash. As in the fact that he looks like trash. That didn't come across very clear. I mean, he's a tanky Pokemon, but not a very good Pokemon. So, Scolipede. I like the design. It's a cool poison type. Alright, ground typing. Crocodile. Crocodile's so cool. It's, what is it? It's... I'm so bad. Ability is good. I like the ability of, I love the ability. Best flying type in this? Braviary. You just gotta go with Braviary. It's a cool Pokemon. It's dumb to get because you have to level it up at, like, what, level 55? And it's at, like, the end of the game, so it's annoying. Favorite Psychic type? Reuniclus, of course. It's a really good Psychic type. Bug types. I can't think of those two Pokemon. I think it's like Exceligor and I can never think of the other one. Exceligor and Escavalier. Between those two. Ooh, there's Genesect. It's so cool. But I'd probably go with Escavalier. I think it looks the coolest out of all of them. A Genesect is awesome too, but I'd go with Escavalier. All right, rock type. Archeops is cool, but Gigalith. It's too good. It looks awesome, so I'd go with Gigalith. Ghost type, like I said before, Chandelure is awesome. It's a fire ghost type. I like it. I don't know why. 90% of these, or a lot of these, are going to be basing off design. But yeah, I'd go Chandelure. All right, dragon types. Hydreigon and Haxorus are probably the two I'm going to pick through, and I like. They're both cool Pokemon, and I can't say I've ever used them. But out of the two, I'm going to go with Hydreigon. I like the design a little bit better. Dark type. What is it? Isn't it like... oh, no, Pawniard. Pawniard? Isn't that it? Pawniard, Bisharp, actually. No, this is Pawniard. Bisharp. Bisharp is probably a better dark typing. On the steel typing, I'll go with Ferrothorn. Just because I didn't put it in grass, but it would have been what I'd choose. But it's a cool design, and it can be like a good status effect Pokemon. So, of course, I'm going to go with Ferrothorn. I like the design as well. Fairy type, kind of dumb. What, Whismur? Isn't that the name? I don't know, whatever the name is. Cottony? I don't know. I don't care much about it. Starter type. As much as I... As much... See, this one is weird. The starters don't really, jump out to me as much as they did with some of the previous ones. But I guess if I were to use one, I'd probably go Tepig. As much as I don't like the fire fighting type because it's so overdone. But I'd go with Tepig for it. We'll go Trash because Trash is cool for gimmick form. So, gimmick form, Garbodor, whatever. Favorite legend. Out of all these, I would put Kyurem probably for my favorite legend, but I put him as my favorite ice type. So we're going to go with Genesect as it, because Genesect would be the second up, and Genesect is cool. So, I guess now we got to decide our favorite out of all these. And it's kind of a tough one, because there are some pretty good Pokemon here. Between the ones that I've used and the ones that, just look cool, it was kind of tough. So I think I've decided. Man, it's between Volcarona, Kyurem, and Hydreigon. I'd hate to choose another legendary, so I don't know if I'll choose Kyurem. I think, man, Hydreigon and Volcarona are two really cool Pokemon. I'd probably go Hydreigon. I like Hydreigon. I like me some Dragon-type Pokemon, but Hydreigon's probably it. So yeah. On to Gen 6. So, Gen 6, normal type, X, this is X and Y. I've played X and Y before. I think people say the game's not very good. I enjoyed the game. I mean, I don't really care. I didn't really pay attention to the story, but it's one that I chose. So, on to Gen 6. I'm going to kind of use also something to help me with the names. So, I'm going to choose through here. I'd go Pyroar. I think I used Pyroar in the one that I did, and I like Pyroar. So we'll go with Pyroar. It's a lion, which is cool. All right, fire types. I can only think of what that is. What is that Pokemon? Can't find what that Pokemon's name is at all. I don't even know what that is. I think it's a water fire type as well. Man, I'm gonna have to look that up. Hold on, give me a second. Let me look that up. Gen 6 Legendary. Actually, it might be mythical and not legendary. Volcanion, that's it. I like the look of it. Volcanion, of course. I'd go with Volcanion. It's just a cool-ass Pokemon. I think it's... Yeah, it's water-fire type. Alright, on to water type. I mean... Here, like, pull up the names. You gotta go with Greninja. Greninja's just too cool. It's one of the cooler-looking Pokemon, and it's awesome. So, of course, I'm gonna go with Greninja. Alright, grass-type Pokemon. What isn't that? Isn't that like Trevenant or something? It's gonna take longer for me to figure out Pokemon because all of them are in different regions and it's annoying. Yeah, Trevenant. Trevenant looks cool. It's a cool design. So, Trevenant. It's ghost grass type, I believe. Alright. Electric type. I'm sick of saying Pikachu, so Pikachu is not that. Heliolisk. Isn't that the name of it? Heliolisk? Right? Heliolisk? Yeah, Heliolisk. I'm gonna go with Heliolisk on this one. Just like it's a cool Pokemon. I've never used it, but I think it's a cool Pokemon. It's one of the cooler ones. Aurorus. I'm gonna go with Aurorus on that one. There's not a lot of ice types. Avalug's just kind of stupid. I don't really care for it. But Aurorus, I believe, is the name of it, so I'll go with that one. Pancham. Can never go wrong with it. I've never used it. A lot of these I've never used. So, I've used Greninja. I've used Pyroar. Let me figure out what the name is. No, go away. Bastard. It's fighting type. Central. No. No. Pangoro is the name. Not Pancham. Pancham's the pre-evolution. Pangoro. It's cool. It's a panda. Alright. Poison type. Man, I'm so bad with names right now. But, I'm gonna go with, Dragalge. It's a cool Pokemon. It looks like a seahorse, and it's a poison type, and it's a poison dragon at this point. So, of course, I've never used it. Why would I? Alright, now to ground type. Not a lot of ground type Pokemon other than, like, special forms. You know? And I can't say... I guess in the aspect of, you know, I can't decide, I'm gonna go with Garchomp with the ground type. Because I don't think Pretty sure Garchomp is in this game. But, oh, I guess because it's not a special one. But this is the special version of it. I think it's a Mega Evolution. I'm going to go with Garchomp. Of course. Garchomp's good. Flying type, Talonflame. What? I used... In the X and Y, I believe I used a Staraptor in it again. Because I like Staraptor. But Talonflame is the special one for this one that I'd use. It's a cool design. It's fire flying. It's better than fucking Charizard, so... Of course, Talonflame. Alright, Psychic type. Esper's kind of scary looking. Let me think of what this one is. Type is Malamar. Malamar. I like the design of it, you know? It just looks cool. It's a dark psychic type, which is cool. Alright, bug type. A lot of them are the same. I can't remember what the name of it is. What is it? Is it a Vivillon? Is that what the typing... No, that's Vivillon. Oh, no, they're just different looks of Vivillon. You know, Vivillons are cool. It's really the cooler Pokemon. I'm going to go with that one just because I like the colors of it. The green and brown, because it reminds me of, Torterra. Moving on to rock types. Barbacles, alright. I guess Tyrantrum is really good, but... You know what? It's a dinosaur. We're going to go with Tyrantrum. It's the other, what is it? What's the other? It's one of those fossil Pokemon, so Tyrantrum. Ghost type. Ooh. This is where Aegislash comes in. You got to go with Aegislash on that one. It's a cool Pokemon. I think it's my friend's favorite Pokemon. Next, we have Dragon type. Noivern's cool. I don't really like Noivern. There's Tyrantrum and Dragogy. I'll go with Dragogy, and I'll switch this one over to Skelpie, because Skelpie is the pure poison type of that one, and then it levels up to a dragon, so I'll do that. Dark type. Man, I don't really have a lot of picks, but we'll go with Greninja. Greninja's just a cool Pokemon. It's the coolest. Steel type. I don't even know what the hell that is. It's like some... I can't remember the name of it. That's what I'm trying to say. I think it's like... Yeah, let me find it real quick. Yeah, Klefki. Klefki's very steel type. And don't care. We're going to go with Aegislash again. This the fighting version this time. Aegislash is also a cool Pokemon that came out of that. Good Pokemon that came out of that. Fairy type. I don't really like fairy types. I don't know why. I just don't like them. I guess... No, what? Espeon? Isn't that the... No, not Espeon. You're not Espeon. I'm dumb. That's the other type. Sylveon. We'll go with Sylveon on that one, because it's a Eevee evolution, and it's probably the only good fairy type. Or cool-looking fairy type of those ones. Other than, what? Xerneas? I think that's the type, what it's called. Froakie. Froakie wins that one. It's clear, because I have two Greninjas, so Froakie wins that one. Out of all these new ones, of the cool evolutions, I'm not going to choose Rayquaza again as much as I want to. But, I guess we'll go with... Man, I don't know why. I love the Metagross one. The 4 arms look even scarier this time. And a legend. Not a lot of... This Hoopa evolution. I don't know. I think it's just Hoopa. Oh, Hoopa Unbound. It looks so cool. It looks awesome. So we're going to go with Hoopa on that one. And then for favorite out of this one, I think Greninja deserves to win. I mean, it's really between Greninja and Aegislash, but Greninja wins it. I think Greninja will just fit in a little bit better. Alright, on to Gen 7. Did I play... Yeah. No, I didn't play Gen 7. This is one I skipped because I don't know why I skipped it. But I do like Type Null. I think it's a cool design, given that, you know, you can make it any type you want. Like, truly any type you want, you know. I mean, I guess basically with normal types, you can use any type moves on it, but you can't change from normal. But with a Type Null, you can change it to any typing. And I think it's just the cooler one of them. Fire types. Isn't that Tortunator? I think it looks cool. Isn't it Dragon as well? I think it's also a Dragon type. Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me figure this out. Yeah, it's a Dragon. Tortunator. But I don't know why. I also really like the Alolan Marowak. I think I'm going to go with him for the fire type. Alolan Marowak is cool. It's a ghost fire type. Water type for this one. Isn't it Scolipede? Isn't that the name of it? Scolipede? I think he's a cool Pokemon. There's so many water types in this one. I don't have to score through. Yeah, no, Golisopod. Golisopod. Oh, it's Scolipede. Oh, that's the poison from Gen 5. Golisopod. It's cool. I think he looks cool, so I'm gonna choose him. This one, you gotta go with the starter grass type. Decidueye. It's a ghost grass. I mean, this one's ghost grass. I can't remember what the name of it is. But he's just cooler. He's a starter. You can use him anytime. Electric type. I like Vikavolt. I do. I really like Vikavolt. I mean, as much as I think the, Alolan Golem is. He's cool. But he's, like, kind of unoriginal given he was from Gen 1. But Vikavolt's brand new, and Vikavolt looks cool. Ice type, not a lot of ice type, but if I had to choose, I'd go Alolan Ninetales. Alright, fighting type. I can't remember what the name of it. It's a kind of weird name for that one. I can never remember it. Komoa? I don't know. Komoa? I guess we'll go with that one. It's a cool fighting type. It's a fighting dragon type. I've never used it. Poison type. Uh, Salazzle, I think is the name of it. Let me figure this out. Salazzle, yeah, Salazzle. I like Salazzle. He's a poison fire type, I believe, right? Poison fire. Yeah, poison fire. I'll go with that one. Ground type. Not a lot of cool ground types. I guess this one's probably a better one. I kind of never think of the name. Mudsdale. Gotta go with Mudsdale on the ground type. Flying type. Celesteela. Celesteela just... Isn't that the name of him? Celesteela? Flying type. There's not a lot of cool flying types. I mean, there's the basic one with this one. I don't know the name of it. I didn't play this game. But I believe that's Celesteela. Yeah, Celesteela. I like him. He's a cool... Isn't it called like a... I can't remember what the name is. A beast... Something beast Pokemon. But yeah, I'll choose Celesteela. Psychic type. Don't care about Raichu. Raichu can go suck a dick. I don't care. Not gonna choose him. I don't know. I wouldn't use... I guess Solgaleo. It's another lion. You know, just to match it. Call it... We'll go Solgaleo. Bug type. Man. You gotta go buff bug, but you gotta go with the buff bug. What is his name? Buzzwole. You gotta go with Buzzwole on this one. He's another beast Pokemon, and because I don't have other... I can't use Vikavolt again. Alright. Moving on to Rockruff. I like Rockruff for this one, honestly. Isn't that one? No, Rockruff is the pre-evolution. What's the next evolution for it? Lycanroc. I like Lycanroc. He's a cool dog Pokemon. I like dogs. Alright, on to Ghost type. Again, there's not a lot of Ghost types. I guess Mimikyu. Mimikyu. It's a cool Pokemon, you know? You hit it once, and then it gets like... You get a free hit with it. That kind of idea comes back later. But, yeah, Mimikyu. It looks like a Pikachu thing, but it's not. But Mimikyu is cool. Moving on to Dragon type. I hate that they made this a Dragon type. That's just dumb. It's a dumb... It's a dumb design. I hate it. I wish they just didn't bring him back. Or at least made him look like a dragon. This doesn't look like a dragon at all. But Guzzlord. You gotta go Guzz. He's just a cool Pokemon. I love the idea of beast Pokemon. They all look just... They look so odd that they look cool. So, Guzzlord. Dark type. There's not really any good dark type, so Guzzlord again, because it's a fun name to say. He's the Guzzlord. Bet you couldn't go into a school and say that. I wouldn't recommend saying that in a school. Steel type. Isn't it like Kartana or something? What's the name of it? Yeah, Kartana. I like Kartana. It's a cool looking Pokemon. Steel grass type. But it looks the coolest. Looks like a ninja, kind of. Alright, fairy types. Like I said, I'm just not a big fan of the fairy types, so I'm going to go with Mimikyu again. You know, Mimikyu just is a cool Pokemon. It can be used as a trap Pokemon. Starters. I don't know the name of the starters at all, but Rowlet. I'll go with that one. I hate how he stands up on two legs. I think that's a problem with a lot of people. I don't like that this is a fairy type. I don't like fairy types that much. Other than, I guess, Gardevoir, Sylveon's cool, Togetic. You know, there's just not a lot of cool fairy types. They're not really that good. So, Rowlet. I'd go with Rowlet. Gimmick form. Melmetal is pretty cool. I guess. Gimmick forms. You know what? No. I'll go with the Alolan, Golem. Because I'm pretty sure I chose Golem somewhere else, didn't I? Before I chose Golem for a ground type. Yeah, I like the electric... Isn't it electric ground or electric rock? I like it. I like that it gained that ability. Alright, and then we go with the legends. Not really any cool legends, but Type Null is probably... Out of all of them, it's my favorite out of all of them. So, Type Null. And favorite out of all of them, if I were to choose one to be my favorite, This makes it easier given I haven't used them before, any of these. The one I'd most likely add to... Actually, this is tough, but I do like myself a Mimikyu. Did say I do like the type Null. I wouldn't really ever use it in a Pokemon game. But Mimikyu I would probably use, and I probably should use. But yeah, Mimikyu would win it. Now let's go on to, what? Gen 8. Gen 8 I played. I played the shit out of this one on the Switch. So, normal type. I guess we gotta go Wooloo, right? Wooloo? Wooloo, I think that's the name of it. I do like the Zigzagoon. I don't understand why it's a normal type, but it's, I don't know. We'll go with Wooloo. Or do we go with the Squirrel? Isn't it Squovit or something? I should know this. I played this, but it's been a while since I've played it. Greedent. We'll go Greedent's the Fat Squirrel. Fat Squirrel. That's my... for my Discord profile, I have an obese squirrel eating a cheeseburger. So I'm going to go with Greedent on that one. Because there's not... this normal type just kind of fell off. I don't really care about any of these normal types. Maybe the Zigzagoon thing. Fire types. What's the... It's not Carkol, is... I think this one. Man, what's the name of this? Hold on, give me a sec. I actually can set this up so I know exactly what I'm talking about. Colossal. Colossal is cool. I meant to initially, on my first time playing through Gen 8, my initial thought was to use him. But then things changed and I didn't. But I absolutely shit on him with water types, so it's okay. Water types. Let's go over and check my water types. So I have all the names. I can finally set it up. Inteleon's pretty cool. It looks... Its second form is emo, so no, I'm not going to choose it. Ooh, Dreadnought. I completely forgot about Dreadnought. Dreadnought was also going to be on my team until I changed it for something else. So Dreadnought will win this one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Dreadnought. Oh, I guess there's... Wait a minute. Hold on. This might be beat out by Barraskewda. Barraskewda's fast as shit. No. I like the turtle. I like the turtle better. I mean, I know Barraskewda's pretty good and people are going to disagree with me. But I don't know. I'll go with Dreadnought on that one. Alright, grass types. Grass types were kind of stinky in this one. And I'm not going to choose ones from the Arceus one. I'm only going to do like kind of the mainstream Pokemon games. So I'll kind of just not put those, as much as I didn't even play it. I didn't play Legends Arceus, so. But I know these are from there. I think it's also grass fire type, this one. But I'm going to go with mainstream games for this one. That's just how I am, and because I played the actual one. There's the Rillaboom. He was the starter I used. I ended up not using him in my final team because I don't like pure grass types, so I didn't use him. There's what, Appleton? Appleton. I like Appleton. He was the one I used, or I wouldn't say I used him, but he's cool. I like Appleton. You know what? No, maybe I'll go with Rillaboom because he was the starter of mine. Nah, Appleton. We'll go Appleton. He's an apple. He's an apple dragon, so we'll go with him. Now on to Toxtricity. Or not Toxtricity. But yeah, Toxtricity is probably the electric type I'm going to choose. I wouldn't choose anything else. And I am sick, and I'd hope they learn that I'm sick of seeing Pikachu. I'm just sick of it. I get that he's like the face of Pokemon, but I'm sick of seeing him. So I will never choose Pikachu, and I will never use him on a team. But yeah, Toxtricity. Low-key Toxtricity, because he's blue and purple, and that looks cool. But he's really the only kind of good electric type that I'd use. Whatever this one. I can't remember what that one is. Yamper and Boltund. Yeah, but I'd use Toxtricity for electric type. Alright, Ice type. Let me move on to Ice type Pokemon. So, for these ones, there's the two I think are the coolest are Arctovish and Arctozolt. They're both really cool, but Arctovish just looks kind of... For me, it looks a little cooler. It doesn't look like a dragon, which this looks like a dragon. Like, what? It's electric ice? And it looks like it should be, like, electric dragon or something. I mean, I guess it's ice type, and it's one of those, but I don't know. I like Arctovish a little bit better with this one. I mean, what? Isn't... The Galarian Darmanitan is overpowered, apparently, but for this one, I'd use Arctovish. Or I wouldn't use him, but he just looks the coolest to me, so Arctivish it is. Now, on to the fighting type. Fighting type kind of is a little lackluster for this one. The only fighting type I truly use is the, what? Is the Kubfu. I end up using Urshifu. So, I'm gonna go with Urshifu on this one because Urshifu, which I enjoyed. The DLCs for this Pokemon game, I actually enjoyed. I really enjoyed them. Probably Crown Tundra more than the Isle of Armor, but boy, did I love them. I like doing those raids. Actually, you know what? Whenever one of my friends comes home, maybe I'll do a stream of those raids because those are fun. I like doing those raids. Poison. I mean, sure, poison types for this one. This one's kind of, you know. And there's the Galarian Wheezing. Galarian Slowbro. You know what? I'll go with Slowbro. I didn't choose Slowbro Gen 1, I think it was. So I'd go with Slowking. Or Slowking. Galarian Slowking. Poison water type. Now onto ground type. Figure out what this. Yamask. I love the design of it. A Galarian was it Runagus? Runagus? Yeah, I like Galarian Runagus. It looks awesome. So we're gonna go with that. Flying type. There's a lot of cool flying types here. Like you got the Galarian versions of all of the bird trio here. But Corviknight's cool. I like Corviknight better. The steel flying. You know, I'd go with Corviknight. Alright, moving on to Psychic type. Let me pull that up real quick so I can figure out what all the names are so I don't look as dumb anymore. I wouldn't use any of these. Just because, I don't know. I'd use different Psychic types. I think there's a little bit better ones. I mean, Hatterene is pretty cool. But I think this Orbeetle, just because eventually it looks the coolest. What is it? Isn't it Electric Bug? Or no, it's Bug Psychic. So it's cool. I like it. Alright, on to Bug type. Ooh. This one's kind of... Ooh, actually, you know what? We're going on Bug. I'm not going to choose Orbeetle again. Scorch is cool. I also like Frostmoth. I think Frostmoth just looks cool. But I think Scorch is just better. I like it a little bit better. Alright, on to rock types. Isn't it? It's Stonehenge or Stonehenge, something like that. What? We're on rock types. Or Stonejourner, because I can't really pick any other rock type Pokemon. Stonejourner is pretty cool though. I do like the design of it. It looks cool. So Stonejourner. All right, onto Ghost type. Of course, like there's nothing better than Dragapult. You gotta choose Dragapult for Ghost type. He's so cool and so good. Now onto Dragon type. Let me pull this up so I know all the names so I don't look dumb. Let me pull that up again. Duraludon is cool. I do like Duraludon. I'm not going to choose Dragapult again because I already chose him for Ghost type. But Dragapult would obviously win this one. What? I thought... Are those like the special forms of... I didn't realize Dracozolt and all those were turned into those. I'm not going to choose Appleton again. What's that legendary? The Eternatus. It's just cool. He just looks so cool. So I'm going to choose him for the Dragon one. He looks cool. That's why. That's the only reason. And also, I can't choose anything else. So, Dark type. The Galarian Zigzagoon, I think, turned to Obstagoon. Obstagoon's pretty cool. I like Obstagoon, so I'm going to choose him. He looks cool. Onto Steel type. I mean, Corviknight's cool. I'm not going to choose him again, though. So I'd probably go Duraludon. Since it didn't win Dragon type, and also I can't choose Corviknight, so we'll go Duraludon. I do like the typing. I think he's a cool-ass Pokemon. You know? Hatterene, I choose. I hate the goblin-looking thing. Hatterene wins that one. No contest. Out of all these ones, of course, I'd go with, what, isn't it Thwacky or something? Grookey. Thwacky's the next one. Grookey. I'd go Grookey on it. I just choose Grookey. Now onto Gimmick form. There's a lot here. A lot of gimmick forms. But out of all of them, there's quite a bit. Who am I gonna choose? I think I'm gonna go with Dreadnought, the Gigantamax Dreadnought. All right, on to Legends. Apparently, when it comes to like special legendary Pokemon, man, this game just does not go well with it. But I think if I'm gonna choose, it's got to be one of the Urshifus. But it can only be one of the Urshifus because I don't know why. I think I'm gonna go with what isn't it? This is wait, this is Rapid Strike. You sure? I don't know. Why are there two Urshifus? I know one of them's the Dark type or Water type ones, but I think I'm gonna go with that one. I like the Rapid Strike Urshifu, the water fighting type. I use it. If I were to use it, it's the one I upgraded, so I'd use it. But now we're on to my favorite out of all of these. So if there was one that would win all of them, Dragapult, of course. It's got to be Dragapult. It's the one that I like the most. It's an original one, Ghost Dragon, you know. I like it the most. I'd use it, if anything. Alright, on to the game I did not play, Scarlet and Violet. I played a little bit of it and did not like it. I did not like that one. I don't know why. I just did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy 8. I hated the, or no, 9. This is 9. I didn't like the open world factor. I did not. I think they handled it kind of wrong, you know. I like all the original Pokemon. I think the original Pokemon are cool. But when it comes to, like, the gameplay, for some reason, I did not like it. I thought it was just badly designed, you know. I ran in with, like, level 10 Pokemon and got my ass handed to me by, like, a level 30 just because it was, like, right next to one of the places. And So as soon as that happened, I said, you know what? Fuck it. I quit. I'm not playing that anymore. So I stopped playing. So next, we'll try Gen 9. I don't know any of the Pokemon. So this one's going to be kind of bad for this one. So I guess we'll start with normal types. I know some of the Pokemon, I guess. But, what? Lechonk is going to win this one. I think Lechonk is probably the cooler one. So, yeah, we'll go with Lechonk. It's a pig. Pigs are cool, I guess. Fire types. Moving on. Let me figure out what the names of these are. Skeledirge. It's the starter. Ooh, but they got a Volcarona one. We'll go with Volcarona again because it's a fire type. I like Volcarona. It won up here earlier, so we'll go Volcarona. Next, water type. You got the PP Pokemon right there. I guess we'll choose it because it looks like a PP, and because I don't care about Gen 9. I think some of the Pokemon later get really cool, but because I didn't play it, I don't know any of these, so I don't know any of these Pokemon. Grass type. Ooh, I know I liked this one. When I was trying to set up a team, this is the one that I thought about using. The Toedscroll. The Toedscroll. I'd use it. It's grass ground type, like my favorite starter of all time, Torterra. So I went with it. Electric. Look up electric type. What, isn't there? Yeah, this is Iron Thorns, which is practically Tyranitar. So we'll go with that. Why not? This one, what is it? Ice type? Let's figure out what the ice types are. Sea Titan or something? Yeah, I'd probably go with that one. It looks the coolest. Sea Titan, I think that's what it is. Sea Titan, that's how it looks. Sea Titan. Then we go on to fighting type. Let's go to fighting types. Iron Valiant, because it's Gallade. Gallade's cool. I like Gallade. Plus, I probably wouldn't choose anything else. So, we'll go with Iron Valiant. It's also a cool-ass name. Poison type. What, isn't it a Quagsire look-alike? Clodsire? Clodsire wins it, clearly. It's a poison ground. It's just too cool. Ground type. Toedscroll again, I guess. I mean, I don't know. This one's bad. I don't even know. Like, I don't know at this one. Flying type. I guess, dude, this is bad. I didn't play this game. I didn't like it very much because of the one thing where I thought the open world aspect was just a bad design. Stop it. What is it? What is it called? Yeah, we're looking at flying types. The Iron Jugulis. It's the Hydreigon remake. I'm gonna go with that one. Onto Psychic type. Let's figure out what we got here. The Armarouge. Looks probably the coolest out of all of them. There's the Barraskewda looking one, the Virizion one. But I'd go with that one. It just looks the coolest. Alright, onto Bug type. Do we go with Slitherwing again? Even, oh, wait, no. No, this is different. Is it? This is different. Oh, then we'll go with that one. I think it looks the coolest. Let's go with that one. Slitherwing. Onto rock types. Let's go all the rock types. You know, I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this. Not knowing all these ones. I think that's a cool design. What's this one? Cloth? I think Cloth looks the coolest, honestly. It's a pure rock type, I guess. Garganical. I don't know why. Garganical looks cool, but I'll probably go with Cloth. So, that one. Alright, onto Ghost type. Let's figure this out. Ghost type Pokemon. What's this coin one? I think it looks the coolest. Goldengo. Looks the coolest. I like Goldengo. Just looks the coolest. Alright, Dragon types. Baxcalibur. Probably the cooler one. It looks like a new, Godzilla. You know, I like Godzilla movies, so Baxcalibur. It's unfortunate that I didn't like this game. I really wish I could. I really would. Maybe I'll go back and try and play it and see some of these Pokemon. I really should. The problem is I think they just handled the open world game badly. So, moving on to Dark types. I don't know any of these. Ooh. The King Gambit. It's the, I can't think of the name. It's that Dark Steel type from Gen 5. Let me figure out. Hold on one second, I'm trying to think of it. It is the Bisharp one. King Gambit. Gotta go with it. King Gambit wins that one. Ooh! This one. It's the, Tinkaton. Tinkaton is awesome. He apparently hits rocks at Corviknights for some reason. I think they're just angry because they can't fly and they're little fairy shitheads. So we're going to go with that one. And we'll go Tinkaton again. Ooh, wait, yeah, Tinkaton again. We'll go Tinkaton again. Alright, starter. I think when it came to the starter, I chose the fire-type starter, which was Fuecoco? Fuecoco? Yeah, I think Fuecoco wins that one for me. It's the starter I think I chose. Alright, gimmick form. Which gimmick form do I like the most? I guess Toadscroll wins it again. Toadscroll wins it again. Now on to the legends of them. We'll go with the legendary Pokemon. Like I said, I didn't play this game, so I don't know any of them. So this is going to be a tough pick. I'll just go with the legendary of the game that I chose. The violet one, whatever that one is. I don't even know what type it is. I don't really care either. So moving on. Whoever wants to say it in the chat, say it. I don't care. I don't know it, so that's what I went with. Alright, favorite out of all of them, the Iron Valiant. You know, it's a Gallade remake. I'm gonna go with Iron Valiant. Alright, on to, I guess, the best of all. My favorite of each type throughout all the generations. Alright, here we go. Starting with normal type. Out of all these ones, it's between really 3 Pokemon, Snorlax, Slacking, and Staraptor. Man, this is a tough one. I think I'm gonna go with, because I love... this is actually tough. Why can't I not think of this? I think I'm gonna go Slacking. Do I go Slacking? No, because he takes a turn. It takes a turn every once in a while. Snorlax. We'll go Snorlax. He's a tank. He's awesome. I like Snorlax. Alright, fire types. Between all of them. It's really between Like I said, I guess it's between these three. Heatran, Volcarona, and Blaziken. I like myself a Heatran a little bit better. I just like him. He's cool. Alright, moving on to water types. This one's going to be between three of them. It's going to be Greninja, Swampert, and Gyarados. I know it's lame. I'm going to go with Gyarados. I think he just fits into more of my teams. I use him the most. I like him the most. So we'll go with Gyarados. Alright, grass type. Torterra wins it. Not even a question. It's my favorite starter of all time. It's going to be one of my favorite grass types of all time. Yeah, what other ones? Yeah, there's not really any other grass types that I think beat it, so I'm going to go with Torterra. Best electric type, Electivire. That one's kind of easy. I like Electivire. Ice types. This one's between... I'm going to go Kyurem. I know it's between these three, Walrein. Like, my favorite Pokemon between every type are always going to be between Gen 3, 4, and 5. But, Kyurem's cool. Weavile's awesome. He's a really good... Maybe I'm going to go Weavile. I think Weavile. Yeah. He's just a... And when it comes to fighting, I think he's just a better Pokemon. Walrein's kind of lackluster. Kyurem's a legendary, and I feel bad for choosing a legendary as my favorite. Fighting type. I think between all the fighting types, when it comes to just the fighting, we'll go Blaziken. I gotta choose Blaziken for some. I love Blaziken when it comes to the fighting type. Alright, poison type. Of all the poisons, it's really between Crobat and Drapion, honestly, between these two. Drapion's really good, and Crobat I like using. Ooh, Gengar as well. Why didn't I even think of Gengar? Gengar's awesome. When it comes to these three, I think I'm going to have to give it to Crobat. I don't know why. I like Crobat. Like me some Crobat. Ground types. This one's kind of easy. I'm going to go with Gliscor on it. Gliscor I'm going to use for the ground type. I mean, there's other ground types I could use, but I choose Gliscor. Flying types. I'm not going to use Crobat again. Man, I wish I could choose a different one, a different flying type, because when it comes to flying, I'd probably choose Staraptor. And maybe I'll do that. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to change Honchkrow to Staraptor again. So that way I can choose Staraptor here, because he's the flying type I'd use. So we'll do that just because. I know I wanted to do different, but when it comes to flying, because I didn't choose him for the normal type, he has to go with the flying type. So I'm going to go with that one. Psychic type. Really between Alakazam and Gardevoir. I mean, I never used Reuniclus, right? Yeah. Alakazam. I think Alakazam just is cooler. Ben Spoons. Awesome. Favorite bug type. Shedinja is cool. I really like Scizor. Buzzwole is just an awesome looking Pokemon. I think I'm going to go with Scizor on that one. Scizor, I think, wins that one for favorite bug type. Alright, rock type. This one's pretty easy for me. Tyranitar. I'd use Tyranitar over really any other Pokemon. Maybe not Kabutops, but I like Tyranitar better. Alright, on to ghost type Pokemon. Ooh, this one's a little bit tougher. A lot of these ghost types I like using a little bit more. Man, this is tough. I think I'm going to go with, why can I not think of them? Dusclops and Dusknoir. I can go with Dusknoir on that one. I don't know what. Ooh. You know what? No, Aegislash. Because it's my best friend's favorite Pokemon, we'll go with Aegislash on that one. Alright, on to Dragon-type Pokemon. This one's a little tough, but it's really between Garchomp and Salamence, and of course I'm going to choose Salamence over it. I just like Salamence a little bit more. Dark type. I'm going to go with Dark type. When it comes to the pure Dark type, I'm going to go with Darkrai. Darkrai, I think, is just the cooler one. I like Darkrai the most. Steel type. Lucario. Lucario is one of the one of my favorite Pokemon, so it's got to go with that one for Steel. As much as I love Metagross, I think Lucario wins it. Fairy type. Mimikyu. I think Mimikyu will win this one. I like Mimikyu. I like the idea of him. I like the fact that he could be a trap Pokemon. All right, starter. I've already said this before. Turtwig wins it. There's not even a question about that. Gimmick form. I'm gonna give it to Rayquaza. No. Metagross. Metagross looks cool. I like how cool Metagross looks. All right, legendary. Rayquaza wins it. For some reason, when it comes to my favorites, like picking my favorite between all of them, it's pretty easy on who I know is my favorite, because I'm picking from my favorites, and I just pick the favorite of all generations. And it's pretty easy when it comes to the later ones. Like, it's always going to be the earlier ones. And I'm pretty sure all the Pokemon I chose are, like, from the earlier games, except Mimikyu. Mimikyu comes in at 6 on this Gen 7, actually. Like, it's the later one I'll use. I don't know why. I just like the earlier games a little bit more, and it's pretty obvious. Now, favorite of all time. Now, this one, I know for sure what I'm going to pick. I just want to leave you guys on a little bit of suspense because I'm mean. You know, I love Staraptor. It's a Gen 4. It's my favorite bird Pokemon. Torterra, my favorite starter. You know, used to be my favorite of all time. Crobat, I use it a lot. It's like my second favorite flying type, and it's the poison type I choose. You know, Tyranitar, I love as my tank Pokemon. Same with Snorlax. Gyarados is the water type Pokemon I'd use all the time. You know, it's just that water type Pokemon I use. I don't really like using any other one. I mean, there's other really good ones that I could use, but of course I'm gonna use Gyarados. Greninja is cool. I used him in Gen 6, I believe. Yeah, Gen 6. He's cool there. He's a cool designed Pokemon. You know, a lot of Darkrai should be my favorite legendary, but it's not because Rayquaza just beats that. Because I always liked Rayquaza. Darkrai is I wish I had a card of him. He's awesome. Salamence is my favorite dragon type. He's awesome. Like there's a lot of these I'm just gonna say they're awesome. Lucario, I love the fighting steel type. When I use it against fairy type. Same with Crobat. Dragapult. Oh, I chose Dragapult as one. When did I choose Dragapult? I guess it's one of my favorites, I guess. Oh, it's one of these. And then it's these. Okay, that makes sense. But Dragapult, I used him before. Gliscor, I've never truly used, and Weavile I've never truly used, but I like them in their respective typings and generations. Heatran, can never... I don't know, I like Heatran. But Gallade. Gallade wins it. In any game that I play, if I can use Gallade, I'd use him. He's just my favorite Pokemon. I've liked him since I've started using him. And I didn't even use him on my first playthrough of Gen 4. I didn't even use him then. But, of course, I have to give it to him. Because I love Gallade. Now, on to when it comes to choosing, I guess, the favorite and its special ones. So, this one I'm gonna fly through. Favorite regional bird. Staravia. Of course, no, that's Starly. Starly. I like Starly. My favorite. Okay. Favorite mammal. Bidoof, because he's goofy, and he's a beaver, and he's an HM slave. That's what people say. He's an HM slave. Regional bug. Man, I don't use bug types. I don't know why. I just do not like bug types. I guess we'll go with, Venipede. I think that, not Venipede. What is his name? He's Gen 5. Venipede, am I right? Yeah, Venipede. I'm right with that one. Favorite pseudo-legendary. Favorite pseudo-legendary. Oh, now that one's tough. Because there are a lot of good ones. I think I gotta give it to Garchomp. Just because I already chose Tyranitar as my favorite rock type. Chose what can I ever think of it? Metagross is the favorite special form. So we'll go with Garchomp because it's gotta be I gotta have it as one of them. It's gotta be said as my favorite something. Favorite Pikachu clone? None of them. So I'm gonna leave it on. Actually, no. There's Mimikyu. Mimikyu wins it because I don't like Pikachu. I don't care for Pikachu, but he's cool. I like Mimikyu. All right, Evolution. If I were to choose out of all these Eevees, it's between Leafeon and Vaporeon. Leafeon could be a good physical grass type, and Vaporeon's special defensive tank, I think. Or a defensive tank. It's just a tank nonetheless. And they're probably the two better ones, but I think I'm going to give it to Vaporeon. Favorite fossil type? I like Omastar, but Kabuto. I think I got to give it to them. What is this one? Favorite regional form? Ooh, this is a toughie, because I don't know what I'd choose. I think out of... Ooh, no, it's got to be, the Reuniclus one. Right? That Reuniclus... I always get Reuniclus and the other one mixed up. Let me figure this out. No, okay. It's the Galarian Cophagrigus, or Galarian Yamask. That's what I'm gonna go for. Favorite Gigantamax? I'll give it to Snorlax. That one. Favorite baby Pokemon? Munchlax is cool. I think I'd probably... Ooh. Riolu. I'd go Riolu. I'll get Riolu. I know it's Riolu. Favorite box legendary? What your favorite box legendary? Is it the one that you throw in the box? Of course, I'm gonna give it to Rayquaza. Actually, should I be different? Should I choose something else? Nah, Garatina. Garatina. I gotta go to Garatina. Favorite mythical? Deoxys. No, Darkrai. Darkrai, of course. Ultra Beast. Do you want... No. You know what? Since I chose different for that one, we'll go with Deoxys. I like Deoxys. He's an interesting one, as much as I love Darkrai. Because I chose him to something else for one of my favorites below. I'll choose Deoxys. Favorite beast? Man, I go give it to Kartana. Kartana just looks cooler. Paradox. Iron Valiant, of course. It's my favorite. It's a mixture between Gallade and Gardevoir, and Gallade's my favorite Pokemon of all time. So we'll go with that. Favorite type? Ooh, that's a toughie. When it comes to what I use the most, and I think I more show as my favorites, it's really between fighting and grass type. I think I'm going to go with fighting, though. I don't know why. I just use a little bit more fighting types. Or maybe steel. I think I'll go with fighting type. Favorite Pokeball? You know, Pokeballs, they all look the same. Not really. I like the Dusk Ball. I don't know why. Favorite Spinda? I don't care about that, so I'm just not going to care. You know, I'll hit randomize. Bunch of times. Cool, Spinda looks cool. I don't care about. Pavilion, like I said, I chose the green and brown one for this one. Was a favorite bug type up there. But now moving on to favorite alchemy, green. I don't know why, just green. Green and green. Why not? Favorite new Evo, Gallade. It's got to win that one. I got to show how much I love Gallade. That's why. Alright. Click a team box, then a Pokemon from the picking. Now do I just pick that? What do I do? Wait, hold on. Click a team box, then a favorite from the grid. So what do I do? To make everything shiny. Man, I don't know how that works. I don't know why I can't get it to work. Oh, there we go. Okay, now, of course, Gallade's going to be there. He's my favorite. I'm going to work... there we go. I gotta somehow fit Torterra into there. He's my favorite starter, so I gotta have at least my favorite Pokemon and my favorite starter in there. Next, I think I'm gonna throw in Staraptor. Why not? It's gonna be like a Gen 4. This is my Gen 4 typing. Picking... Who am I gonna pick? Of course, Gyarados. I love Gyarados. Why not? He's one of the types that I always choose. This is literally just my Gen 4, you know, team. This is just it. This is just my Gen 4 team right here, pretty much. Now we got, what? We got a Grass, Ground, Fighting Psychic. We got a normal, whatever. We need kind of a tank. And who would we use for a tank? Nothing but Snorlax. Of course, we gotta choose Snorlax. He's just a tank. We need a tank for there. And, ooh. And I love me a Crobat. Or, I need a special attacker. Do what? No, this is just, like, my favorite team. Why not? You know, he's a mixed attacker. We'll go Lucario. This is just kind of... It's not a team that I'd actually use. It's just the team of some of my favorites. And then can I turn these shiny? Click here to make everything shiny. Ooh, I can make them shiny. Because they're my favorites. There's my shiny kind of favorites team that I just kind of threw together. I don't know. I wanted to speedrun it. But, you know, I'll add the link to this in the comments down below. Let me know some of your favorite Pokemons of all time. You know, I know you're going to give me hate for not knowing some of these Pokemon names, but I don't care. You know, I'll live on tomorrow. And thank you all dudes for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, let me know what you think in the comments down below, as well as you leave your favorite Pokemon as well. And yeah, I'll see all you dudes in the next video. See you guys then. Bye-bye!